Alright guys, what's up? Doing a couple of things in the garage today. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't know, 1-ish, 2-ish. Working on a couple of things. We have the dip tube is leaking again on the transmission. And so I pulled it out. I never got the bracket secure on it. But when I pulled it out, there was no O-ring, and I don't think I ever put an O-ring on it. Or I didn't have one, or it didn't go in. So we got it out again. We pulled it out, and it was leaking from here. I had this all with RTV, cooped it up, and there was no O-ring on this, so I'm going to find an O-ring for it. I'm going to try to mic this and get an O-ring that just goes past it a little bit so we have a snug fit. Going online, there's a lot of forums about these trannies leaking from here, especially from this O-ring, especially if it's an aftermarket tube, which it is. Also, the bracket that comes supplied with it doesn't line up with the bell housing bolts. It's not just you, Scotty. I have a problem with speaking also. So we're gonna have to try to finagle something to get this tightened down and hold it steady so we don't have any wobble and break the seal here. So we're gonna get a O-ring for this. I got a kit. A nitrile kit. It's supposed to be all universal, you know, it's solvents, blah blah blah. It won't erode or swell up, and it's a nitrile kit, and it's standard. Once again, we're gonna find the right one. Hopefully I can get the right one for this. And also we're gonna be working on the fuel pump line. I got a rubber hose going from the carb down to the pump, and we're gonna go something different. I'm gonna try to bend up some stainless steel. The 3/8 stainless that I had a while back, I did the fuel line from the tank to the top of the subframe. Actually goes right to the pump. That's all one piece. So I had some left over from the oopsies. I'm going to try to salvage some and just bend the line, get it a little rigid, and we're going to throw in a glass filter up here. And I'll bring you back when I get that all bent up, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, we got this line bent. I bent this up as best I could. Get it around the alternator and stuff. Kind of fits right down in here. And we're going to rubber hose connect it. And we'll call that done. I might have to bend this down just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is, I have the filter. I have the filter. Okay. Glass style filters. I'm going to cut it in right here, and then we're going to cut that stainless and just join it together with rubber, the fuel line with a couple of clamps here and there, and call that done. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to cut into the rubber line, put this on, make sure I'm going in the right direction. These have outs and ends, and I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, we got everything cut. And now it's just a matter of clamping up stuff. I mean, they probably have pre-bent lines, but what fun is that? Get a nut driver for this. Makes life easier. Tighten that up down there. And we'll take a look at it, closer look at it. And it is closed. I think it's 4. It might be. It's not metric. Yeah, you bugger. Like I said, where's the fun in this? Like I said, I put kind of like a flare, almost like the start of a bubble flare. So this is not like a super high volume pump anyway, it's a mechanical pump. So I'm not doing fuel injection here, so I'm not worried about the pressure. These should do plenty, and they work. As long as I've been working on cars with mechanical pump, I've been using hose clamps and maybe just trying to get them nice and tight and symmetrical. There's still a little bit of play here, you know, it's got a little bit of flex. So it is what it is. At least I can see what's going on now on the sight glass. And I don't have a rubber hose laying down over here around moving the parts. Which pleases me. Alright. So that looks a little better. Let's see if we can get a look at it. We'll tighten that clamp up just a little bit more. Now it comes up behind the alternator, and it was before, it was right next to that belt. And it's not doing it, so it looks kind of tucked in and neat now. Looks better. Looks a lot better. I'm happy with it. Alright, now I guess that's all that matters, if I'm happy with it. Alright, so that's done. There's one job done. Now I gotta wait for this tranny fluid to quit dripping on me so I can do this dipstick. Hopefully we can get this done and cleaned up, and then we're gonna call it a Saturday. So I'll bring you back when I'm putting this thing together. Or not. Might be the end of the video, who knows. Alright, it ended up being a 5/8 O-ring. See it? This kind of, it actually looks a little strong, but we're going to load this up again with silicone and drive it back down. It's weird. You go on any forum, nobody can give you the actual dimensions of this O-ring, like what it would, like GM dipstick oil ring. It'll give you a part number, but it doesn't give you any specs on how big it is and whatnot. And then there's the later versions that have it's kind of like a sleeve, and this is more of a taper to it, and then you push it in. The whole the whole tube goes inside the sleeve, which works pretty good. But we're going to try to do this again and hopefully get this bracket to bolt up, and then hopefully it'll hold this time and I don't have to worry about murder scenes underneath my car every time I start it up. Alright, bring it back in a bit. Alright guys, I don't know if it's picking that up, but it's way down in there. I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. Alright, there I am. It's past the head of 2. It's not enough light. Oh, good Lord. That's all globbed up. Sorry for the shaky cam. I'm shaking like hell. Alright, so we're going to give that a shot. We're going to let that set up. I won't do anything for a while. Leave it for a day or so. Oh, sorry for the blurry, shaky cam. It's a 402, it's not a 396 now, so. Too late to put 402 in it. So, fuel line is reworked. that was something that was bothering me. So we got that fixed. What's next? I still got to get a vacuum canister for this, because the vacuum on this thing sucks. Either that or I got to get Hydro Boost brakes, and I don't want to spend any more money. I mean, I have everything. All I got to do is get a $40 reservoir tank and air cleaner. I don't know what's going on. I had a friend of mine who was going to do something for me. He started it. I don't know if life got busy for him. What I'm going to do is just going to get a regular 14-inch air cleaner, and I'm going to airbrush a big giant skull on the top of it with some ghost flames going that way. That'll be a side project. I get that wiper arm I got to redo. I got one over here I got to fix. I'm going to drain all the fluid out of the radiator, flush it, put some fresh antifreeze in it. I might have to get a new switch there, switch the fan switch. It doesn't seem to be working. I get up to about 180, and that's what it's set at, and it doesn't fire off. I got to manually ground it out for it to work. So I might just even use a pin switch inside the cab of the car. Once it gets warm, I'll just pop it on, because it cools it right down as soon as the fan comes on. And some more cleaning and buffing here and there. Gotta see what's going on with that bullet mirror. This one seems to be sagging. I'm running out of battery. That one is fitting nice. It matches that one. So I might have to take that off and redo the bracket on the driver's side. Carpet. I have to get weather stripping for this rail. I sent the other ones back. I gotta get the right ones. Christmas came around and just everything went on the back burner. Window crank extensions. I have the hardware kits. Everything is cleaned up. Driver's side, passenger side, kits are in there cleaned up. Here's the actual armature, window crank itself, the whole assembly, it's all cleaned up. And that's it. So we're gonna just keep plugging along as far as we can on this car. Hopefully maybe I can get it on the road by late spring, early summer. And then, like I say, when I get this one done, and then I can focus some attention on this, I'm actually going to get another cowl. And I have a fiberglass hood. This is a steel one. And I'm going to do some Bertha work. And we might have to take the motor out and freshen it up. I think I got a spun cam bearing. That's why I keep losing oil pressure. I changed the oil, new filters, everything. Getting the same issue. So I'm thinking it's a cam bearing. So we're going to work on that. I got a couple of things coming up. I got some housework to do. So I'm going to be busy, kind of really busy in the spring. So how much car time? Who knows? But hopefully end of spring, early summer, I can get this thing going on the road, get it registered and going. And that's it. All right, so this is Mark from the Second Gen. Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, subscribing, interacting, just being there. Means a lot, really does. And hope you all be well and safe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace, fellas.